I think I've got a problem. This trail might have been a little longer than I thought. I started out here, and now I'm here, and I'm trying to get somewhere on this beach before sunset to take a picture. But first I have to get my camera equipment out of my car, which is... yeah. Probably 6 or 7-ish more miles of hiking to get back to my car, and I'm trying to do that before the sun goes down so I can get my beach picture. There's no snow now on any of the beaches. Somehow I've given myself a whole day to find a nice place to take a sunset photo and gotten myself into this predicament instead. Frustrated and running out of time, I thought back on my day. Where did it go wrong? I think today I'll just hike around and look for spots to shoot in the sunset. I want to check out the marshlands, some really cool woods, and of course get out on the beach. But first I'm going to warm up my freezing fingers. Stopped at the Kemil Beach Trail, I think, K-E-M-I-L. I'm at a beach trail. So the layout of the park is pretty neat. You just follow this highway, US 12, sort of, I don't know, a half mile inland from the coastline. And then there's all these beach pullouts, and you just pull in wherever you want. You go check it out and you hike. Decent amount of hikers out here today, so we're going to hit the Dune Ridge Trail. I was hoping to wait till it was above freezing, but it's not supposed to be above freezing for like another hour and a half, so it's 25 degrees right now. I can't sit in my car anymore. I'm just going to hit this trail. It's only like a mile long, so let's see if I can survive it. In February 2019, Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore became Indiana Dunes National Park. It held the distinction of being America's newest national park for 10 months when, in December of the same year, White Sands became and remains the newest designee. The park hosts a unique landscape composed of several distinct ecosystems, and despite its mere 15,000-acre footprint, the delicate dunes, forests, and marshes of the shoreline of Lake Michigan Mass doesn't feel bad. Places Indiana Dunes fourth among all the parks for biodiversity. I came to plunder the area for inspiration and photo ops, and to mark myself off the list of Hoosiers who have never visited their own, America's second newest national park. I think next, when I come down off this trail, we'll get down and see what kind of creatures like to live down there, because at this time of day, I almost guarantee there's a few little feathered friends hanging around waiting to be discovered. That was pretty good. I'd say moderate to easy hike. If you're in the area, I'd recommend it. Nothing crazy, a good way to get the blood pumping on this cold day. I originally intended to go straight to the beach after that hike, but the beach is going to be there, and the birds that I think I might see, that's a limited opportunity for the time of day. So I'm going to fire up this car, if it still works, and go look for some birds. I was swarmed by songbirds in this area. I suspect they're being fed there. I watched humbly and quietly, and I didn't record a voice narration to preserve my unbelievably close access to the animals. Well, that was just great. I think I'll go ahead down and hit the beach now. Yeah, beach time. It's winter, right? If you're thinking, but Matt, all these dunes behind you also look great to explore, you're right, they do, and they were. It was the first place I stopped this morning. I came here before sunrise and shot this area when all the color was going off in the sky. But like with the birds, I also didn't make a video of this, not because I was trying to be quiet, but because the light was changing really fast and it was like 20 degrees. So I was just trying to capture the memory and get it in the bag, but I will share those photos at the end of the video. Let's go! The beach, this is really beautiful. I stopped at the camera store on the way here yesterday and I met a large format film photographer, and he tells me it's very rare to see the beach in this condition, especially in the dunes with the snow out on the beach. And I don't know if that's true or not. I have noticed there are a lot of people here, and I'm not sure if they're not a whole lot of people here, but the parking lot was like a third full, so I'm not alone by any means. And I don't know if they're here to sort of, for the same reason I am, to see it in this condition, or if this is regular winter traffic. You can see that the beach is, the whole park is bookended by two big industrial areas. Down there's a big shipping port for the lake, and then off this way, I'm not sure what it is, but there's a power plant and a few other things. That's going to make the evening shot kind of difficult. I'll have to think about it. Obviously, I don't want to include those things in the photo. So not every area is totally suitable and not every angle. I got all day to explore and come up with ideas, and I'm pretty excited about it. In the meantime, have a look at all these cool textures. I'm just striking out west down the lakefront from where I came in, right over there. Photographers focus their attention on the west side of the park, so I just kind of want to see what's down there. I know most of the sand dunes are on that side, but I haven't been disappointed with what I saw back east either, so I'm just really glad that I made the time to thoroughly explore it and find out what I'm interested in. This is what I came to see. The beach is nice, but it's called Indiana Dunes for a reason. And I'm really excited to get up and around and all up on these gorgeous sand dunes. It's pretty interesting. If you follow these little random trails, they'll lead you right off the beach up through the sand dunes, and the next thing you know, you're in a pretty conventional looking woods, walking on what we in Indiana affectionately refer to as dirt. And then just on the other side of the ridge are a lot of those marshes and savannas that I was hiking through earlier. A few different distinct ecosystems, kind of like a sea to summit hike, but all condensed into a day hike. Apparently I'm now on trail 10. or I-O. I will follow Trail 10 away from the beach and see where it gets me, and then I'll take it back down and see where it comes out. I'll follow Trail 10 on both ends. I'll do that for you. Put all these logs in the woods. By now you know I'm a sucker for a good misty backlight in the woods. I just passed an older couple. They were hiking in like street clothes. They said they turned around and turned back right here. They didn't know how long the trail was either. They were afraid that they were gonna not make it back to their car in time. Between that and the promise I made earlier that I'd follow this trail all the way to the end, I feel very challenged. I've got to get there. But they did advise me that this boardwalk is real slippery, so I'm going to stop making this video and concentrate on my feet. Come on! I think I've got a problem. So this was a 5.5 mile trail. I started a little past it, and then I got to get down to the beach. So probably 6 or 7-ish more miles of hiking to get back to my car. And I'm trying to do that before the sun goes down so I can get my beach picture. I should stop jibber-jabbering. To be honest, this is sort of the kind of thing I was hoping to take shots of, but all my camera equipment is on the other side of the park. I'll give it some thought. While I give it some thought, here are the images I promised from that morning's sunrise. With the weather turning sour and daylight running out, I wasn't sure how this day would end, but I knew the only way to find out was ahead. 1 foot in front of the other, mile by mile, across the exposed, deserted landscape. You don't want to miss the end of this story, and if you subscribe, you won't.